Welcome to SaturdayCall.com with your host, Angel Chandler.
All right, guys, welcome to our Saturday call. Happy July 4th weekend. Happy Canada Day for those of you in Canada. We had a great week this week, and actually, there's been a lot of growth on the team. We're seeing a lot of excitement, a lot of people coming in. As you know, we've got Julie in the UK blowing up with her team as well. And guys, it's an exciting time. So today's call is really going to be when we're talking fireworks and we're talking 4th of July, how do you keep those fireworks in your business? How do you keep it ignited through the summer? How do you keep that excitement and momentum going? We know, and Paul and I will always be super honest with you, the New You Life compensation plan is built on momentum. And when you are in momentum, you want to keep that momentum going. That's why we teach in building in twos, getting to promoter, helping your people get to promoter, because the more people you have happy, rank advancing, bringing people in, the more they're going to stick. We know we have incredible products. And, most of them, though, take a 30, 60, 90-day results before people really get what they want. But the great thing is we hear the results that they're looking for. I'll never forget one of our women who said she was just looking for a libido increase, and it took what, Teresa, 11 weeks? She stuck it through, and then she was like, it's here, it's hit. I'm good. I'm in my 20s again. So, guys, we have that in our back pocket. It's interesting. Paul and I never shy away from conversations with people in other companies. We never shy away from somebody prospecting us. It's like if somebody wants to prospect me, it's like, yeah. Like I'm almost more excited sometimes, Paul, for those conversations than when we get a yes, right? It's like, oh yeah, I would love to come into your circle, not just because I'm sitting there going, New You Life is better for this reason. We've got what we got. 100% I do that. And I go, oh my gosh, this pitch, like I haven't heard this in 5 years. And this is, it makes me excited for what we've built here. But there's some companies with some strategies, some duplication, some systems where it's like, hey, if you want to open up your vault and show me what you're doing, I'll take a peek, just like we do here, right? Just like there may be somebody on this call now or watching the replay that watches it and says, oh, I didn't think of that strategy, and they go and use it in their own company and team. And that's really the energy that we put out there, right? So don't shy away from those things. Expect the hard questions. If you do get on somebody on a call with somebody, and they bring somebody else in, you didn't even expect it, and you're having to answer questions about your own compensation plan and your own income, and what you're hearing almost what do you call it, Paul? Like when they're trying to, like, they almost immediately assume they're better than us, which is interesting, right? And it's like I feel do that here. I feel like we don't go into a conversation with somebody else who A has created success or B is in another company and then automatically assume we're better. So I just if you're going into those conversations, never be intimidated, no matter what your success level is, was, has been, any of that. But we're going to be talking today. Paul's put together some slides for us on recruiting strategies. He just shared at the beginning that we're going to work with some people closely on just doing massive recruiting. We had a call this morning, him and I, like we meet before these calls and we're like, listen, let's check our business. Where are we at? What do we need to focus more on? And unless if you're going, I don't need to bring anybody else in today, chances are 90% of the time, your answer is going to be, I need to recruit more people.
Right.
Right. Or get better at recruiting more people.
Right.
Or
Because we
get
say you
better
could
at
build this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, they say you could build this business with just two people, one on your left, one on your right. Yeah, but they got to be the right people. So don't fall for the hype or the explanation. It's like this car could go 0 to 60, or this guy's going to get 24 miles to the gallon. I've never gotten the right gas mileage out of any car that I bought, whether it was an Escalade that got 11 miles to the gallon, or it's a little Honda, whatever, CRV that gets, I don't know, like, supposed to get 30 miles to the gallon. I'm like, I don't even think this fucking thing's getting like 8. So, so the bottom line is that we understand when we talk in generalities. Yes, it only takes two people to build a business to diamond when you get rocking and rolling. But guess what? If I'm talking to Teresa and say, Teresa, it just takes two people, right? And then on your team, right, we have Wanda here, right? And then the same message goes to Wanda, that's 6 people, right? And then Wanda's 2, and that's how the duplication begins. So when we say it only takes 2 people, that message goes to everyone, every single person, right? Thank you, Veronica. Um, so nobody's saying anything. I'm wearing Capozio's restaurant T-shirt, and nobody's saying
I was
anything.
gonna say something, but I always say something, so
In
It's
Michigan,
our
so check.
restaurant. I want to come there.
So it's a pizzeria in Michigan. It doesn't exist anymore. So this is a funny story how I got this shirt. And I knew about it. My family knew about it because Capozio is a very, very rare name. It's not, you don't see a lot. It's not like Smith or whatever, right? So when you Google or do whatever you're going to do to find out about your family history or whatever, or if there's any other people with the same last name, Teresa, I'm sure there are quite a few, but not as many as, let's say Tucker or I don't know, pick another name. Jones. Oh, please, Julie. I mean, Jones. Come on. So it would be instead of Parry Jones, it should be Smith Jones, and then it's just like I think you're in MI6 or something. Um, so what I'm going to tell you is this: you need to. So when I looked at the name and everything, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I forgot I was talking about the restaurant. So Rocco Berardi finds it, a dear family friend and a New Your Life distributor, right? And he finds it. He goes, "Did you know?" I said, "Yeah, it's a pizzeria. It's in Michigan, blah, blah, blah." He goes, "No, I found the lady that owns it. I got her on the phone, whatever. And she's going to send you t-shirts. She has a whole bunch of stuff left over." This one's a little small, but I wanted to put it on for the call today just so we could talk about how you don't even realize. So I get a box in the mail. I don't know, probably about a year ago I've had since this whole thing. And it's a repackaged doTERRA box. So she sent the t-shirts for the Capozio restaurant, right? In a doTERRA box. She's a network marketer. So, I mean, it's just crazy how these things go. Okay, let's get started I'm going to share. These slides are not even finished yet. I'm sure that Chandler's going to get pissed. But I just want to, this is a tease because this is not where we're training this. This is where, hold on, slideshow from the beginning. Am I sharing the screen yet?
Sorry, I'm booking us for a recruiting call.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so this is just the only slide that's done. It's not gonna look like this when it's done. Just let's talk about the content because there's not even type space. But we're gonna do a select few of people. Look, I can make this open to everybody, and that's fine. But the same people are gonna do it over and over again. And I don't want you to change your strategies, but we're in a different phase. You're building a legacy company versus building some new thing that just came out. Okay. And then Angel was on a call yesterday about building a company that's acting like they're brand new, but they're really not brand new, right?
Mhm.
So because they just never caught the initial momentum that everybody else did. Okay. So this is about reigniting your recruiting strategy on how you reignite it. And that's something that's critical for New You Life. It was critical for Shackley, critical for Isogenics, critical for all of these, what we consider legacy companies. And even though it feels like this is a very young company at only just under 8 years, we've had our explosive growth. Right? Now you're into the stability phase. So you're recruiting, your excitement. We don't know if this is going to work. We know it works. We don't know if our products are good. We know the products are good. We're not going to hope or add another product in. I mean, I'm familiar with a company that launched a product about a year ago, right? No results coming out of the product whatsoever. And they've already just launched their companion product. And by the way, Ange, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But do you know that PartnerCo did the same thing? It's a double
Yeah.
drop,
Mm-hmm.
right? So a 30-day momentum blueprint to recruit like it's launch phase again. So let's kind of get into it. This is the slide I just want to focus on this call. I'm going to show you all the other slides to tease you about what we're going to be sharing with you. And I'm sorry it's not graphics. That's Angel's department, all right? How do you rebuild the buzz? So you got to start thinking in your posting and everything about you. Because look, if you're posting the gel and how good the gel works and how good it's for my hormones and menopause, guys, almost the newness of that is gone already. Hormone health, menopause, everybody knows about it now. Everybody knows it, and they're either going to look for a solution or not. So what you need to do is you need to be in front of people when they decide to look for the solution. When the hot flashes get so bad, or when the testosterone gets so low, or whatever it may be, that's what you need to do. Attraction marketing, right, is not getting a dog person to buy cat food. Attraction marketing is what you're selling is got to be in front of the person for when they're ready to buy. There are such things as impulse buys, but you got to know your impulse products. Your impulse products here would probably be hydrate, but most likely lift is more of an impulse product than an attraction marketing product like the gel. So the narrative, this is not a script, but the narrative you have to have in your head is you've seen the flashy new launches, but real pros know what lasts. I've had people tell me when I first started in New Life, let's give it a year or two, see how you guys do, and then I'll let you know. They're not in a rush. So what you got to start thinking to people with what we're doing is it isn't the new, it's the proven. Does the gel work? I'm going to go through this slide, Angel, and then we're going to open it up for questions. We have proven product, proven comp plan, proven millionaires, proven people that are getting results on almost every product. Oh, I like NeuroV better than I liked. Okay, great, but you like one of our products. It's proven. So while others are just getting started, we already got 17 countries, right? And the products don't rely on trends such as, certain things that are really hypey. Okay, or we're not doing coffee, or we're not doing, and now, by the way, these are all good products, but it's a crowded space, right? Now, to a certain extent, I got to be honest with you, the trend of menopause, but was it really a trend? I mean, nobody was going through Little House on the Prairie. They weren't mass murderer women back then with Little House on the Prairie when they were going through menopause on the plains and they had nothing to do and no air conditioning and no nothing. I'm sure most female serial killers on the time of the 1800s were probably just dealing with no air conditioning. You guys could unmute. Okay, and then we're bringing a bold new wave of what's happening because people are going to realize estrogen, pellets, all of that stuff. I get it, but is there something better and something more easier to take?
Yeah. I'm
Angel, do
thinking
you want to comment on any of this so
I
far?
do because you just
I could
kind of gave
tell.
me a real aha kind of thought, guys. Okay. When you just mentioned Lyft, I'm like, you know what? That's probably one of our most underrated, undersold products. I use it every single day. It's part of my makeup routine.
Wait,
It's
wait, wait, wait. Every day?
every day.
Are you luring me into a false sense of
No, but sometimes the bags I get from working with you, I need the lift. I know.
oh my god, it's my fault now. It's not
I'm
you.
joking.
No,
I'm
okay.
joking, but I do. I use it under my eyes every single day. And every single day I don't use it, I notice it, right? So,
Right, right.
but it doesn't even matter. The fact is, what if you got a bunch of people in with lift and hydrate combo, whatever. Get them onto a product where they see the results. Plus, our product is different. Yes, are we the only product out there that is Botox in a bottle and gets rid of wrinkles right away? No. But we are one of the few that don't leave a white residue if you use it properly. We're one of the few that's actually repairing and preventing and giving you hormonal balance through your skin while you're using it. It's doing the anti-aging effects, right? If you got a bunch of people in this summer with Lyft, could prove to them a working product and then move them into Somaderm. Is that an easier conversation for you, right? Like, let's rebuild the buzz of New Life. Well, we've got I don't have it in front of me, but we've got this amazing product in a bottle for $59 that as soon as I run out of it, I freak out, right? Like, that's a huge thing. Yes, Somaderm's great. Yes, everybody has hormones. Everybody needs to be balanced. Maybe our conversation is getting old. Maybe we need to rebuild that
It
buzz.
is getting old. I'm not saying maybe it's getting old.
It
It's
is.
getting old.
And
The
there's not
gel
going to
this, the
be,
gel that, and hormones this and hormones
yeah,
that. I get it. It's all good, but every company's talking hormones. Even
exactly.
if they're not actually working with hormones. So let me give you another one. How did Amazon start. Amazon started selling books, then they started adding products, and now Amazon is convenience. Amazon is the ability. There are times when I go on Facebook and I see a product I really like, right? And I jump on Amazon. Why? Because my card's already in there, my address is already in there, it's all set up.
And it's
Chances
cheaper.
are, whatever, right? What's that?
And it's cheaper on
And
Amazon.
it's usually cheaper, okay? And maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but here's your point in your philosophy with the selling a hydrate or selling a lift first. Okay. It's a much easier financial condition, especially for someone who's not really into the business or not really ready to go yet or whatever. Okay. They could pay their $59 and be part of the business and get the discount when they order it. They just won't be qualified for commissions. Okay, that's fine. They weren't interested in building the business anyway. But you're starting somewhere to say now they're in the ecosystem. They're in your ecosystem. They're of let's say Teresa's ecosystem of her team. Her team is encompassed by our organization. Our organization is encompassed by the company. The company has the product line, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're getting them into the ecosystem, right? Yes, I love selling the $1,400 pack, but you have to realize that you're in sales. Not everyone who comes in buys the most expensive car on the lot, right? So build your ecosystem. I'm sorry, introduce your people to the ecosystem. Okay, use this angle too of that we built in 17 countries, we got a stable environment, et cetera, et cetera. Use that as the fear of missing out, right? We're not a startup, we're leveling up, right? So, yes, you could buy a stock of a company that could possibly be turned into a rocket ship or could possibly fail, but there's a trading strategy called the dogs of the Dow. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is all the top companies, and this keeps cycling. And what they tell you is
Okay, I'm
these
gonna go.
companies keep cycling, and who's the top 10. So the way you do the dogs of the Dow is every month when you invest, you buy the Dow Jones Industrial Average companies, all the companies that comprise that, Dow Chemical, GM, all this other stuff. But when they're low is when you buy them because you know pure as hell, they're going to go up again. So this month, and there's people will calculate who the dogs of the Dow are. You're buying into a company, right? That's stable, but at when things are slow for them. So if things are slow for you in your business, now's your time to bring people in. You have time to work with them, but you can level up here because the company's not going anywhere. The company's financially stable. Oh, I'm so excited about this new company. What are you excited about? You don't know if it's going to make it. You don't know if they're going to pay the comp plan. You don't know anything about it. Yes, it could be exciting, but it's a young person's game. Just like when you're Angel used to be and work in the banks and the investment side of it. The younger they are, the more aggressive your portfolio. The older you are, the more conservative your portfolio should be, right? Well, we're part of the conservative portfolio, but yet have the upside that you can make 6 and 7 figures. So you're not taking a risk, you're taking a position before our next wave, meaning you're not gambling if New Year Life is going to make it in its first year. You're taking a position as we rebuild because every company right now, Shackley's going through a really good resurgence right now. But guess what? When we talk to the people who went there, like, yeah, I'm liking the momentum. I just don't like the products and the energy and the culture. It's not because it's still there. They haven't made those changes yet. So the beauty of this is we're still a young enough company that we have that exciting culture and young people and all that other stuff. But on the other hand, it's not going out of business tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to open it up to questions, or would you like to see some more of the slides? What do you guys want?
I want to prove your point for people about the whole Amazon thing. So I just
Okay,
clicked
good,
it
sure.
and I got something. Okay, so there's this oil that I've been seeing on Instagram and it's promoting, right? And I love moisturizers. I love, that kind of thing. So instead of getting the one on Instagram that was ridiculously priced in US dollars, I went to Amazon. I couldn't get the one I wanted, which is what was being sold to me for 3 weeks. So what did I do? I bought one that kind of came in between that had good reviews that would satisfy me for the 3 weeks that I had to wait for this one, right? So it's like, That's what we do. So it's how are you selling the benefit right now to someone? Like, look, I'm making notes because I'm like, you know what, as we do this recruiting thing and as we go on this blitz, I'm gonna start promoting Lyft more. I'm gonna start doing videos. I'm gonna start doing my application, the stuff I haven't been doing because I'm so focused on Somaderm. And I'm so focused on Somanite, right? It's like, where do I need to switch? Where do I need to reinvent myself? Where do I need to 2.0 myself? Where do I need to
Right.
add in something, right? Like where it's like, oh, people haven't even seen me share Lyft and I use it every single day. The frick am I doing? Right? Like, so I'm learning this. And even from our conversation that Paul and I were talking about that I had with these people yesterday from a different company, I didn't end it with, oh, well, I'm super happy with where I'm at and I'm never going to talk to you again. Guess what I'm doing? I'm getting Paul Capozio on the phone with them on Monday, not because we're looking, but because I want to hear his objections. I want to hear the way that he talks to them. I want to learn and absorb as a sponge from him with his expertise in it because he's better at me than network marketing. I may have been in it longer, but he's better than me at it. So I want to listen to him and hear what he's going to say. Right. So just, yeah, all of these things, like when we have these calls, this is why we need to show up to these calls. This is why if your team is in here, it's like, if Paul and I are here and I'm writing notes and I'm making my list for tomorrow and I'm like, Sunday is going to be a content strategy day and I'm going to start using my Trello again. And like, I'm getting invigorated, right? This is why we need to come on to these calls. This is why we come together. And this is a mastermind. This isn't Paul just sitting up here with slides saying, do this, don't do that. It's like, we all just come together. So I'm sorry, I've talked way too much. Let's
No,
open it
you
up.
haven't. No, you haven't. That's good.
I just like to mention something since we're talking about product and maybe making a shift in how we're talking about it and what we're talking about. There's the sunscreen,
Yeah,
right?
for
So
sure.
it couldn't be a better time. Like how many people use sunscreen? I'm waiting for mine to arrive. It's the order is taking a little bit longer than it usually does, but it
So maybe
apparently
your whole launch thing.
it
Yeah,
promotes the production of collagen, reduces fine lines and wrinkles,
yeah.
and like, how many people use sunscreen this
You know
time
what's
of
funny?
year?
I wasn't so thrilled with the sunscreen. Well, I'm not a sunscreen person,
Yeah.
but like I was Rocco Berardi came over the other day in the yard and he was going to go for a swim with my son and stuff. And here he is with the sunscreen. And I'm thinking, here's this guy that's checked out and he's putting on the New Year Life sunscreen. You know, look, I guess we got to understand about pricing too. Sometimes the pricing is a little expensive. I think the AWE is a great product. I think it's very
Yeah.
expensive. I'm going to be honest with you
Well,
guys.
actually, I'll share something with you because it's mindset as well, right? So, I just popped into a coffee shop in my neighborhood, and this woman's skin just looked amazing. It was glowing. I said, "Wow, your skin looks amazing. It looks like you're using the most luxurious skincare line available." And she said, "It's sunscreen." And so
Wow.
she told me like she said, I said, "Oh, well, what is it?" And, so she's got her phone out and she's Googling. And there was another lady there that was also interested. Like this woman is a walking billboard, right? And it was the same price point as the untypical sunscreen. And the woman who is one of the baristas at the coffee shop, she said, "Oh, I used to use it too." She said, "But it's a little expensive." But she was using it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So, like, it's your skin,
Oh, for sure.
right? So, like, what are you going to do? You're going to save yourself like $20 because you go buy something a bit cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Our
But
boss
this is
had,
so much better. Like it's the hormonal thing. It's the production of collagen. It's like actually healthy for your skin. You still get the vitamin D as well. So
people
if
will
you're
buy when it makes sense, right? Like I was gonna say, there was an Arbonne baby sunscreen. It was the only one I could use on my daughter's skin. And
mhm.
I didn't have a ton of money back then, but I was spending $50 on my daughter's sunscreen because she had eczema. And if I used anything else, her summer was miserable, right? So people will spend where it makes sense. Veronica, sorry, you had your hand up.
You know what? It totally blows my mind that people don't take the initiative or the concern for their own health for themselves.
Yep.
I know that I have horrible genes. I do everything proactively just to try and not have a massive heart attack, not have a stroke, not be a diabetic, not have high blood pressure, not have high cholesterol. It's just it blows my mind. And I was on the mastermind yesterday with Alexi, and of course he put me right on the spot. And he talked about, what are your challenges? And I said, well, you know what? I talk to everybody who comes within 3 feet of me. I talk to everybody. That's just me. That's my personality. Even the bums on the street who are panhandling. And I said the no's. I said, but it's not that I've had people like, no, I don't want to hear about it anymore. I was like, okay, fine, no problem. I was just trying to tell you how amazing I'm doing, and I wanted you to be supportive of me, and I'll move along, but I'll move to the next one as well. But it just totally blows my mind that people don't take more, concern about their health. I mean, this is cheaper than medical bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, as a woman, I don't know about men, but as a woman, who wouldn't want to be out there in the world and have someone say, your skin looks amazing? Like, you look like you're using the most luxurious skincare line on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, what did it cost them? $42, right? I mean, that's US for those of us in Canada, but like, where can you get a product that is going to produce that kind of result for that amount of money?
And I'm
Right?
a total product of the product. I use Rose and Kohl. I started using that in March, and I have had amazing compliments. I've gone from, my before and after picture. It just like really scares me. I'm like, who is that person? I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Everybody every day. Says, wow, man, what are you doing? Or you look phenomenal.
Exactly. It's a different price point, though. So I'm just talking like this is easy. Like, we're talking about, what do you call that stuff that you use, Angel?
The lift. Yeah.
The lift and the hydrate. Like, it's an easier sell, right? And it appeals to everyone's vanity. And, so then they get a good result with that, and then they want to know, oh, well, what's this about? What's that about?
Yep.
Rochelle?
Right? So,
I have just a couple of things to say, if you don't mind.
1 second, Lee. But let's go. Rochelle's ahead of you.
I apologize. Thank you.
No, don't apologize. It's just I know you're driving, so it's hard to see.
I was just going to say that I have never been a person for going the cheaper route because I have this crazy shoe fetish. I love shoes. And I spend a lot of money on shoes, but they last forever. And so, you can buy 2 or 3 pair of something cheaper and it's not going to last very long. And so I believe in quality, and you're just going to get so many more benefits. And to me, it's always worth the money, and I also was thinking this last week about what you guys were saying about, just get them in and with something that's maybe a little bit less expensive. So, yeah. I mean, I think
well,
that,
guys, we have to realize something. It's a broad market. We could all have our opinions and our ideas, but it's not about what we think. It's about what our prospects and the people we're talking to think, feel. Do we all agree that there's a large portion of the population that would say, oh, that's too expensive? Yes, of course, because we all deal with it because it's a common objection. So therefore, that's a whole group that if we could find a strategy to move towards, that is a large group of people. There's other people that feel the same way. Look, I bought Mezlan shoes are handmade in Spain. Okay? I bought 2 pair or 3 pair. I've had them for over 20 years. Okay? 20 years. And if I take them to the shoe place and they work on those shoes, they come back brand new. Okay. So that's something to. I get what you're saying, but then there's also those other shoes like, hey, look, they're $40. Let me just pick them up. They look cute, and
Yeah.
they'll be good for this wedding, and I'm good after that, because obviously you could buy a $600 pair of shoes and they kill your feet just like the $40 pair of shoes can kill your feet. Comfort is everything too, but sometimes comfort doesn't look good. All right, hold on, Teresa. We're gonna go to Lisa first, and then we'll come back to you, and then two others have their Peg and so.
Thank you. So a couple different things. So the sunscreen, is there Somaderm in that?
No, there's Somatech. So believe it or not, the sunscreen is more similar to the Somatech technology that's in Rose and Cold that's in Somaderm.
Okay, thank you. And Lift, Angel, someday please call and tell me how to use it properly because I'm not going to lie. I don't like it, and it's got to be because I'm using it improperly. I can have residue on my skin
And
after
you're
applying it.
using too much.
Thank
You're
you.
just using too much. A little bit goes so far. So when I'm doing my eye bags, I am literally maybe a pea size amount, and I'm just dabbing. I'm doing this, right? Like I'm just going like this. I'm not rubbing in. I'm not putting it all around my eyes. If I do that, I look like a freaking white-eyed raccoon, right? Like so no, it's literally the smallest amount goes the furthest, and you've got to give it time before you put anything else on top of it. So
Got
you
it. Okay.
full 3 minutes before you touch your skin with anything else.
And people
Okay,
say
thank you.
using those fans, those little
Yeah.
electric fans.
Okay. And then the other one, we were talking about
I
going
have a
places and
question
people
regarding
seeing.
that lift.
Yeah, 1 second, Barb.
No, let her
Let's.
finish. It's Lift. I'd love to
Okay,
hear it.
okay. All right, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead,
so I just
go ahead,
wanted
Barb.
to know about the lift. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm using it as well too, and so I'm putting my moisturizer on first, and then I'm putting the lift on afterwards. Is that right?
No, it shouldn't
That is
be.
wrong. That is wrong. It's lift first
That's
and
wrong?
then everything else.
Okay.
Yeah, lift
Yeah, because
first.
the lift can't get through the moisturizer and it's not going to be as effective.
Right.
And you're
It
probably going to wind up
will
using
work.
more.
What I've noticed is
Okay.
even if I do a little bit, a very little bit, say midday, and I'm like, oh, I see I see some lines coming back here. I can put it on over top of makeup and it will work. If you want the best results, you put it on first, and then you do any serums, and then you do your moisturizer 3 minutes after you apply it. So we say 45 seconds to get the result, which it does give, but in order for it to dry enough for you not to be affecting the result of the lift, you need to wait those 3 minutes.
All right, let me do
Okay,
this and
that's
say
good to
Sandra
know.
says, oh, I thought moisturizer first too. Okay, moisturizers.
Okay,
Now,
perfect. Thank you.
okay.
One
Thanks.
more lift question.
Pablo. He's ready to go. We got to bring him in. Also, who had Marquez?
Me.
Yeah, Teresa.
Markel.
Both two good people. Markel?
Yeah.
Teresa
Okay.
had a lift question as well.
I had
Yeah,
one.
but wait. I want to talk about moisturizers. There are moisturizers like people use Vaseline as a moisturizer, right? How is the moisturizer accomplishing moisturization, right? Is it laying on the surface and to protect evaporation? Then it's not going to work. So somebody's going to say, well, I use a moisturizer and Lift works just fine for me and all this other stuff. We have to be aware that if it's a moisturizer that gets completely absorbed in the skin and works miraculously at the cellular level, Lift is going to work better than some sort of surface moisturizer that's preventing evaporation of your skin. So the answer is usually use the damn shit first. And you don't have to worry about, well, let me see the ingredients on your moisturizer because I ain't dealing with that stuff. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
The lift question. So I wash my face, I dry it, then I pat the lift on. I usually put hydrate on before I use anything else. But I would put the lift on, wait 3 to 5 minutes, and then do the hydrate and everything else.
Are you fanning at all?
No, I was
Everybody
doing
says
it
the
wrong.
fanning works so much.
I was doing it on top of my moisturizer. It's not very clear in the directions how to use it.
So Brooke
Correct.
just said use the hydrate first. She just put that in the comments. I'm allergic to the hydrate. There's
Me
something
too.
one of the essential oils gives me hives. So yeah,
Yep.
so Lisa too. So I don't do that. So maybe what I would always suggest when something doesn't work, do the reverse. right? Start using the lift first, use the hydrate after. See if that all of our skin is going to be different in the way that we're absorbing, right? In the way it's going to work for us. So I think we have to have those. That's why we do the quiz for people, right? Let's find out your skin type. So it's the same thing. Hey, this product isn't working. So I think we need to have, when people are starting the lift and they're starting the hydrate and they're starting the rose and coal, just having that protocol of being like, I'm going to check in with you, Teresa. How is the lift working for you? Are you getting the results? Or hey, when you buy it, check in with me and or call me when you get it and let's try it together. Like let's hop on a FaceTime if you're cool with it. I want to watch you put it on. Let's see how it works best for you because everybody's a little bit different, right? So we have to have that kind of room to have those conversations with people.
It'd probably be cool to do like a Zoom, just to get on and see someone actually use our products from start to
Yeah.
finish. We
Mhm.
can't assume that we all know how to use it, obviously, because
Yeah,
I'm not
and
using
I
it
don't want to
correctly.
try to go back head to head with Brooke, but Brooke, you don't know if the essential oils may affect that for some people. So remember, try to be broad, and the easiest way to get out of any potential problems is start there, and then do your moisturizer and do all that other stuff. Because essential oils on the surface of the skin are going to prevent absorption of anything that comes after it. But you're right. I mean, it may work, but we don't want to have people right now having negative results, because
Oh, and
when you're
just
trying to build momentum and you're trying to build, you almost have to be a little selfish with, let me tell her what's going to definitely work, because if you put it on before anything and it doesn't work, then it doesn't work for that person, right? And then because if they do something and they're doing the routine and we don't expect and we don't coach them or anything and they have that negative result, it's very hard to bring them back,
Yeah.
especially for people who are returnee type of people. And the company punishes people who return because they don't want you buying again. Well, why'd you return it? So that kind of thing. It's a little bit of a catch-22. This is psychological sales, guys. I'm sorry, but it's psychological sales. Peg, and then we'll go to Brooke. And Brooke, I wasn't attacking you. I'm just saying that I get you, but right now we need to be safe. No, we need to be safe and give people the best possible, give them a chance for the best possible outcome if you want to do retention.
Well, was Lisa done? I know Lisa had one more thing, I think. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
yes, because thank you for remembering that. I just wanted to say that that profile picture you see of me is me. There are no filters. My niece is an MUA. She's applied my makeup. I have used the gel from day one on my face, under the eyes, the crow's feet area, and my forehead. I literally get asked all the time. I have good genes. My mom is in her 90s, and she gets up every morning and washes her face with product every morning of her life. But people will ask me, use Botox? No. You use fillers? No. I'm using the gel. I'm using proper
And
skincare that
Lisa,
works
if
for
you're
me.
comfortable, tell everybody your age. If you're comfortable, you don't have
Oh
to.
my
I know it.
God.
Yeah,
Paul, you sound just like me. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to be 58 at the end of this month.
right? Like,
I do not use Botox. I do not use fillers. I never have in my life. I don't use anything but our product now. And previously, I didn't use anything spectacular either. But I started putting on the gel underneath the eyes,
Yeah, I'm doing it.
small amount, because you don't want it to seep up into your eye itself. But I do it just on the bottom of the eye area, the crow's feet, like I said. That's all I've been doing, and that's me, truly me. So people say, "Oh, you use filters?" No, zoom in, you'll see some things, but that's a good makeup artist. So I am a poster child for that. But now tell me why I can't do a live. I'm too afraid to get on and do a live. That's my
well,
that's
we're
my
gonna get you
weakness.
All right, so
doing
So
what's
I
the
live.
just wanted to tell.
solution? How does Lisa do a live her first couple
Yep,
of times?
somebody tell me.
Do it with somebody else.
Oh,
You do it together.
okay.
Yep.
We
All
have a
right.
solution for
I'll do one
everything.
with
Just
you,
ask.
Lisa.
Okay, thank you. And then the other thing I wanted to say, what bugs me about how to make it in this company, sure, I've used boxes from other company, Paul, to send things out. I have multiple businesses as well. Uh, and I use the boxes for those things. And I hope that people will respond and say, what is that?
Love that.
Sometimes they do. The other thing that bothers me, my main bread and butter, people may not know, it's a transportation company. I move freight all over the world. As corny as it is, ship to shore, truck to door. That's my main bread and butter. I can be a 6 and 7 figure earner in that business that I started on my own and my comic book business. And it's killing me that I can't get this right.
You can.
That's all I have to
And
say.
you are. You
You
already are.
can, but you do get
Can I
lost in your own head a
say
little.
something? Can I say something to you as well?
Please.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
You need to stop using that word killing me. You need
The
to stop
negative.
using that word killing me.
Yes,
As
the
you're putting it
negative.
out to the universe. So you don't want to be saying that. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then also another question is, well, it's not a question that Mary and I are thinking of doing something together because I can't necessarily post on my Facebook or Instagram because of my job.
Right.
The two of us, she can post it on her Facebook and her Instagram. So that's how I thought we could get around
Well,
it.
is
For me
Mary in your
as well.
direct? Is Mary in direct to you or vice versa?
She's under Teresa.
So you're both with Teresa. So absolutely work together. And then you just like your leads are your leads, her leads are her leads. But being a partnership, why do you think Paul and I partnered together, right? We knew the power in being able to partner together, being able to come together and do the trainings together, do all of the calls together. Like there is a power when you've got two people, right? And that
Yeah, because we're always sorry, yeah, go ahead.
no, look at
because we're always kind of joking in the morning time. We're always kind of joking. Did you put your gel on today? And I go, Marianne, we've got to do videos. Did you use your gel today?
What is their name? Peg, Stacy, and Nicole. Look at the business that they built doing a partnership together. I don't know if they're each other's direct person or not, or if they just build together or whatever. You don't have to have the same position to build together, but
Right.
that energy is infectious, right? It's fun. You're talking to Mary and she's funny too. Like you guys are two of the best energy people I've ever met. So it's like, do it. Just if you're feeling it, do it. It's you don't have to be doing what the other 5,000 people in network marketing are doing because guess what? That's getting old and people are sick of seeing it and they're tired of hearing it. So do something that's going to make people do what Paul says. Wait, what? What are they talking about? They're having fun. They're doing their gel in the morning. They're laughing. Like you've got to stay ahead. That's what this whole call is about. Like talking. I don't want people to feel like they have to get distracted by now promoting Lyft, but just what 2.0 is you? What can you add into what you've already? How can you just do that little bit of a twist where people start going, oh, I haven't heard her say that before. I haven't heard her share that product before. I haven't seen her do that before. This is new. So I'm going to watch, right? Or I'm going to buy, or I'm going to pay attention. Like that's what this is about because that's what other companies are doing. And people are falling for it. Like they're just doing it just like Paul said, adding in another product to another product. Okay, guess what? They just had to get better at what they were doing because people got bored of it or they weren't getting the results, right? So sorry.
And people are gonna look, if you go that approach, and whenever I teach something or we share something, it doesn't mean stop exactly what you're doing. This is adding things to it. So if someone says to you the gel is you're having a great conversation, you're on the phone for an hour and a half, and they say the gel is really expensive. I said, well, here's what I suggest. I said, obviously the gel's our flagship product, but why don't you try one of our less expensive products like Lift or Hydrate or whatever. Get a feel for what our product's about, the quality and how it works. And if you love Hydrate, the gel's gonna blow you away because it's night and day. If you love Lift, what the gel can do, and then you show Peg's pictures or something. But you guys gotta realize that it's overcoming the objection and getting to yes that you're trying to accomplish. Right? And then because I think a lot of people, when they decide to say, well, maybe, you know what, maybe I'll get the Hydrate, maybe I'll get the Hydrate and the Lift combo and everything. They'll say, well, not for anything, but I like that idea because these are instant gratification products. But you're already spending almost $100 anyway. So it's a conversation of how you grow people into the decision when you're talking to them instead of getting, so nervous and caught up, and oh, they said no to the gel, and they said it's too expensive. Okay, so we're going to redesign $1 billion company because one of your prospects says it's too expensive. We've sold 9, 10 million bottles of it, right? Price hasn't changed since we started, but these, handful of less than 1% of 1% are complaining about it, right? And then we talk about the price objections. I don't want to even get into that. We're going to go to Peg Tucker because we can't run late today, so because we got some other calls afterwards. So
I just
Sorry,
want to
my
say,
phone died.
I just want to say, Rochelle, your shoe fetish thing, it didn't go unnoticed when I saw you in Utah. Your shoes didn't go unnoticed. And we're talking about the whole focus of this call seems to keep going back to vanity, right? And it's been shocking to me since I've been with New Life how many more people will their ears perk up when it comes to vanity benefits than it does to their health, than it does to their long term, their longevity, their vitality, their energy. The vanity is like it's huge. I mean, I've had I don't know, over the years, I don't know how many conversations with my mother's boyfriend who has heart problems, sharing with him health benefits, heart benefits, and it was like falling on deaf ears. And then I was sitting with my mother and I was going through some pictures, and she said, what's that? And it was a picture of a top of a man's head, and it was hair regrowth. It was, he had very, very, very balding, and then more of a full head of hair. And she said, wait, give me the phone. She wanted me to send her those pictures. The next day he called and ordered. Like it was,
Yeah.
and we're talking a man in his mid 80s. And it was, I could talk to him all day about his heart benefits, but the hair, the vanity thing was what caught his attention. And, I think even if you're in a market that the gel is all you have, the gel has so many vanity benefits. And I think it's another thing to really pay attention to when you're talking to people is maybe they don't care about their vitality. Maybe they don't care about their longevity. And, maybe in your posting, maybe once a week, doing a before and after, using, mine, Teresa's, Veronica's, grabbing anything that's in that Look at Us Now page. You can grab those pictures and just do a post of, this is my friend Joe. Here he went from this to this. Do you want to know how he did it? Comment, and I'll say, and we can have a conversation. And I think that's using those before and afters, even if it's just with the gel, is really because that's my market. But I'm making notes here because I'm talking about strength and vitality, and I'm forgetting to talk about those vanity benefits. And even
Yeah,
though,
sure.
I can, my pictures show it, right?
Yeah.
So
Look, I'm going to tell you something. I follow my buddy Louis Larita is building at a company called Partner Co, and they have these things called skinny drops. And his weight loss journey is not like mine. It's not dramatic like Tri-MLT or whatever, but he's losing weight. So it's something good to follow that people are okay with that. Some people feel that rapid weight loss or dramatic weight loss or very impressive weight loss is somewhat scary, right? So journeys are journeys and everyone follows it. And some people want to be mountain climbers and some people want to be bikers and some people want to play golf and some people want to play pickleball, so, you got to make everybody happy, to a certain extent. People are looking to how it relates to them. Brooke. Thank you, Peg. That was good.
Hey, I just wanted to, kind of going back to the hydrate, really, I think like when it first launched, that was kind of like how it was taught. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be even the hydrate that we have, but some sort of hydrating mist. Because I think the way that it works is that the moisture is pulled into the skin with the lift. It also helps like, if you get too much and have that residue, you can kind of mist something and pat it out so that white residue goes away. But for sure, like I think everybody, it's you want to do what works for you.
Yeah.
And so I guess there's not one way, but
Right. And that's so good to hear because your way might be the answer for somebody else who's like, oh, what they all just said doesn't work for me. Right. So, and I love that. And that's a reason why the combination pack makes the most sense, right? $84 for those two products. Like, come on. the results we're getting with those. Julie, I know it, in the UK it's harder, but even just talking to people in the US and building here, I mean, like we
We
said,
all started with one product, though. Every market
Yeah.
started with. We just got our second product in Korea after 3 years. You know what I mean? And that's never going to be that long in the UK because it's a different
Mhm.
market. But we built this company on one product with one video in one country.
To be honest, I think it's better just to have one product to start with, because that's our
Yeah.
sole focus, and that's
Right.
our strength, I think.
There's no confusion.
Well, and you don't have to 2.0 right now because you're already talking new, right? Like you're doing exactly what we're talking about reinventing in the US
Right.
and North America. You're doing that now in the UK. It doesn't even matter. You don't even have to,
Right.
but
It's new there. So it's the first year of New You Life there, which is the
yeah,
beauty of building internationally because you get
yeah.
reinvigorated. I get reinvigorated every single time we launch in a new country because it's new, it's exciting, it's got the hype, it's got the rocket ship potential, it's got all of that stuff all over again. That's the beauty of that. Teresa.
I just wanted to touch on a couple things you mentioned earlier. One was the whole Amazon convenience thing.
Yeah.
We were at a barbecue last night, spectacular day. Anyway, I don't know how the conversation went there, but this lady just raved on about Amazon and how great it was and how great the customer service was and blah, 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 blah. So it's convenient. So the more convenient we can make things. The other thing is that she had a niece come by who's in her 50s. And they all took off for a bit. And I had some time with the niece and we were chatting. And this is a woman who's been driving a truck for a cereal company for 22 years. So I think she makes decent money, but she's certainly not a wealthy woman. And, she was having a hot flash and we started laughing and we talked hormones for a minute. And I said, girl, you could go the Hollywood route and spend $2,000 a month, or you could go the route I took, the Dutch route, and it works even better for 140. And she goes, what? I go, HGH, sister, 140 bucks a month for HGH. She goes, I want it. I said, of course you do. Who the hell doesn't want to look and feel younger? Come on. So now I have to get her number. She had to be called away and whatever. But yeah, Angie wants it, and I'll be getting Angie's number. But it was posture. My posture is $140 is cheap. It's cheap for what you get. And I just said, all the beauty products and all the stuff I've ever bought, boy, you rolled it up in a ball in my lifetime. It's going to probably be $250,000. And look at, it didn't make me look like I'm 20 years old. But then I always show them a picture from a couple of years ago and I go, do you notice any difference? And they go, well, yeah. And I go, okay, this is in 9 months. I'm birthing a new face.
I saw it in you in like the few months that we weren't, like when we went from Toronto to Toronto again. I was like, oh my gosh, you're like glowing. You're a beautiful woman. But it was like, and then again in Utah, it's like, oh my gosh, like you're like, we see it, right? Because we see the people.
Teresa,
right?
I even think your voice got better as far as karaoke is concerned. I think
It did. It did. We'll have to do that again. But just a last thought, because, it is summer. People go to cottages and barbecues and this and that. And everybody, brings the beer or the wine or the whatever. How about you be different and say, you know what? I brought you something far more valuable than a bottle of wine, and give them a hydrate.
Mhm.
And then open it up in front of them. It's their gift. You're opening, you're peeling, you're opening up. You go, close your eyes and spray their face and go, there you go. By the way, that lady I just signed up the other day, we're going to do a call Monday. I was saying, I said, do you remember that spray? Because we're about the same age, like back when we were in our 20s, called 4711, and it was from Europe, and you misted your face. And she goes, oh God, and tells me about having a cut on her face, and she was sure it healed. I go, we got that product. It's called Hydrate. And she's so excited to order it. So it's just, it just should be conversation. I'll sell anything to anybody. I don't really care. But because I've had the most dramatic results and the most bang for the buck, I would say, from that. But my second lean in now is going to be Rosenkohl, because again, as I put in the comments, sex sells. Everybody wants to look sexy, even the 80-year-old dude, even the 90-year-old woman. Yeah. They have their fan base and they want to look good. And you know what? People unfortunately don't really appreciate their health. I forget who was saying that. Is it Brooke? They don't look after their health.
Veronica,
They look after their appearance. So the good news is you can get both for the same cost. So that's all I say. It's a twofer. You get the looks, you get the health. It's a twofer. There you go. That's all. It's just attitude. It's posture.
There's so much that if you were just listening to Teresa right now, you could have just taken a page of freaking notes or more, right? Just in her approach and the ways she says things. Yeah, Rochelle's got her notebook out. Like, guys, even if you could just adopt one of the ways she says things. What was the one before, too? You said, well, oh, okay, so you can't afford this, but I like that Louis Vuitton bag that you're carrying right now. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, so tell me again about your $20,000 cruise
Yeah.
that lasted for 11 days and now you're miserable 3 months later. Tell me again about that, huh?
I always say that your health is your wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody
Sure.
buys that. No. Sexual currency. Do you want to keep your sexual currency? Why do you think,
Well,
whatever?
that as well too.
It's wow, nobody, but a woman can talk to a woman like that. If I'm talking to a man about sex, I go, dude, it puts lead in your pencil and keeps it longer for longer years. So just sell to their penis. I'm sorry, Paul, it's the truth. Sorry, Jose, but guys would rather be dead than have an inoperable dick. So sell to the penis, you're good.
Love it. I could sell 1,000,000 silver bullets for $12 a piece, but I would definitely take quality over quantity and sell the best damn vibrator to a woman and do $1,000 order. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Oh man, I get it.
There's so much to be learned from that, though, what you already know in how this all works, right? Like, and then you've got Teresa with her strategy, Veronica with hers, and Barb with hers. And it's all because our brand is ourselves.
Right.
Our brand is how we're comfortable in doing things. So you can't sit here today and go, okay, well, I want to be like a Teresa, but oh my God, I'm so uncomfortable talking that boldly. And I want to be like Veronica, but I don't have that comfortability in being able to speak that way. And then there's Barb, and it's like, well, she's already in health and wellness, and she, has a successful career selling other vitamins and stuff. You don't have to be that, but pick up the little cues in the way that you're comfortable in talking and in the way that you're comfortable in doing business. What has sold you out on this company? Why are you still here? And that's how you sell it, right? But you got to 2.0 it. You got to switch stuff up a little bit. You got to catch people's attention this summer when they're sitting on these things. So we know that we have to do that, even if you're not comfortable. And now we know that we got to push Lisa to do a Facebook Live with us. So we're going to be setting that up with you.
Oh,
I'll
good
do
Lord.
it with you, Lisa.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
We love you guys so much. We do have calls pretty much for the next couple of hours. So, yeah, just thanks for coming and spending time here. Those of you who are showing up on a Saturday where it's a holiday weekend, like, where your mindset is at. So, we love you guys. Paul, any closing thoughts before we go out?
No, to be honest with you, I think Teresa's penis comments covered it all.
Oh my God. It's awesome.
All right, guys, I'm going to go put some lead in my pencil.
Howdy,
and we'll...
Teresa.
Oh Lord.
I'm
Bye,
editing
guys.
out the
Love
last
you.
10 minutes of this call.
I
on, guys.
get so intimidated though.
Hey, don't forget Monday night in Power Hour. We're going to be doing that. There's about 7 slides more of what you saw there. There's
And Lou will be
guys,
doing those slides.
it's time to recruit. She'll do them. She'll do them. She'll do them. I have a feeling if everybody knows they came from me, they're not going to be as good as the ones. I think she's going to hold back a little bit. She's probably going to be like, the pictures will be like, whatever. We'll see. All right, guys, listen, Monday night, it's time to go to work. All right, it's time. We're going to build everybody's paycheck over the next 30, 60, 90 days.
Mhm.
And if you want to come for that ride, you gotta make some changes. Okay? All right, guys.
Bye.
Have a great
Bye,
one.
Bye.
everyone.